All right, so the first thing we're going to do here is to just practice addition and subtraction using the system that I've taught you to do to figure out the correct number of significant digits. All right, have a complete answer. So I've given you a series of masses that somebody has obtained. Okay, and it's probably important that you practice this with me, Quan. So just like when you were in, I don't know, whatever grade it was when you learned about decimal places, let's say 3rd grade, you want to line up everything by the decimal place. Okay? So 4.735 grams of calcium chloride. And then the next number needs to be lined up by the decimal place. 2.45, keeping all the digits vertically aligned. Okay, and then we have decimal place here in this number, so all right, so everything's vertically aligned. Now, in a math class, you would put zeros here and here and here. We're not going to do that in chemistry because by putting zeros there, you would be misinforming whoever's looking at this about the precision of the measurement. You'll be saying this was measured to the 1,000th of a gram, but it wasn't. It was only measured to the 100th of a gram. So you can't put zeros there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay? You are allowed, if you want to put something else there, but just not a number. Okay? You can't put other numbers there. You can't put zeros there. I usually show students they can put arrows there to keep everything aligned carefully. It's important to keep it aligned. This is where neatness counts. I know you remember that from 1st grade or something, right? Probably somebody told you neatness counts. Yes? Okay, probably when you were learning to write letters or something. Well, it really matters here because if you're not careful to keep everything vertically aligned, you can put the numbers in the wrong place and get a wrong answer. So carefully align the digits, and then you can add up the numbers, okay? So here's a 5, and a 3 and a 5 is an 8. 7, 4, and 1 comes out to be, I think, a 12, right? Carry the 1. 4 and 2 is 6, plus that 1 is a 7, and then we got that 1 and a 0 on the end over here. So, but this is grams of calcium chloride. Notice I've kept my units of measurement on every measurement and on the sum, and I kept the species on the that modifies or tells you what we're measuring here. All right, we're measuring grams of calcium chloride. Okay, that's important. It's important to have that with every number. But now we've got a problem because we don't know what this 5 should have been if there had been digits here, if we had measured these last two measurements as precisely as we measured the first one. So that 5 is essentially useless to me. It could be anything from a 0 digit to a 9 digit. We don't know. So what we're going to do then is we're going to underline any digits that result from an empty slot in our addition or subtraction. Okay? This is both addition and subtraction we're dealing with here. So that we underline it here to show those digits are insignificant. We don't know what they would have been if we had known what digit belonged in these empty spaces. Okay? Well, what we're going to do is round that off now. And we're going to use an arrow to show that we're rounding off. That arrow is required to show that you're rounding off. You can't put an equal sign, and you can't use a squiggly equal sign. That means something else. The arrow means that we're rounding off. Okay? It's what communicates to the person reading it. That's what you did. So now we round it off to 107 point. That 8 right there is 5 or greater, so it makes the 2 round up to a 3 grams of calcium chloride. Now I did tell you in this class that in college sometimes they have a different rounding off system. Okay, just know that you may face that when the time comes. But in high school, in every class I know of, we use that system you've been using since elementary school. If it's 5 or greater, you round up. That is, this number becomes larger. If it's less than 5, this number stays the same. Does that make sense to everybody? Any questions about how to do that? The rules are the same from addition and subtraction, yes.
Don't you have to put the bottom answer in a box after you round it off?
Right. Well, that is something just for me to make sure that I know what your final answer is, and I'm not looking for. I look at some other number you have on there and think that's the answer. Okay. All right. So That's addition and subtraction. Well, those are the rules for addition and subtraction, the way that I ask you to do it in my class, okay?